Trump administration could decide in the coming hours whether to expel a group of Russian diplomats from the United States. Sources say the National Security Council recommended the expulsion in response to the poisonings of a former Russian double agent and his daughter in England.
Last week, the UK ordered 23 Russian diplomats to leave after blaming Moscow for the attack. Meanwhile, the Kremlin has issued a statement urging the U.S. to show restraint. The statement says this, in part: Russia-U.S. relations are so multi-layered. Strategic stability of the entire world depends on it. They should not be taken hostage by such clearly staged stories. The chemical attack in England has prompted a former senior KGB agent to come forward.
He says he was warned that something bad would happen to him and Sergei Skripal just weeks before Skripal and his daughter were poisoned. CNN's Nic Robertson digs into this one.
3 weeks before Sergei Skripal and his daughter Yulia were poisoned with a nerve agent, this man, Boris Karpichkov, a former senior KGB spy, got a warning his life and Skripal's were in danger.
First time when I was communicated, I took it as a joke.
1 week after the poisoning, he told the UK's premier breakfast show he didn't bother telling the police because his life had been threatened before.
If they're watching this interview, I'd imagine they would want to talk to you as a matter of urgency.
Now, 3 weeks after the poisoning, he says police have yet to contact him. He is telling us more details about the warning.
I received a phone call from only one person who could call using this phone number.
Somebody you know and trust.
Yes, is still deep undercover senior field officer of Russian Secret Service called FSB.
What's his job?
Sorry, not even hint, because, you know, just because man would be killed, that's it. Because if I give slightly indications, no, I can't do that. You can put me on electric chair, I even will not reveal his name even there.
However, he says he was uniquely placed to get the call.
What is the reason?
Because he's your friend.
No, it's much more simple. Once such happened, I saved his life. His pain.
You saved his life?
Yes, that's it. That's it. It's understandable, is it not?
Karpichkov says he spied for and against the CIA before Russia's intelligence service, the FSB, turned against him, planned to kill him. He fled to the UK 20 years ago. 12 years ago, on a trip to New Zealand, he says, he was poisoned by Russian agents. Since then, he says, he's investigated hundreds of others killed by the Soviet and Russian state over the past 100 years, including the murder of Russian agent Alexander Litvinenko in London by Russian agents in 2006.
With Litvinenko inquiry, I ran my own investigation. And the result of this investigation clearly states that Putin didn't give an order, but Putin was aware that Litvinenko is going to be taken out. Some senior figure within FSB came up and reported this matter to him. He didn't care. He just expressed, you know, okay, if he deserves, it should be done.
So do you believe Sergei Skripal's poisoning would have been something that Putin was aware of in advance?
Yes, it could be the case.
So he could have stopped it?
Yes.
And he didn't?
Ask Putin.
What you're saying is that the state has a system of disposing of its enemies by murder overseas?
Yes.
And can that possibly be without Putin, do you believe?
It's not Putin, it's about system.
But then is he not responsible for the system?
He is responsible, he's head of system.
Karpichkov says he is ready to help UK investigators. He has knowledge of how Russian spies use nerve agents. You were trained in the use of nerve agents?
I was instructed, not trained, instructed, because, you know, just to carry out some precaution measures, that's it.
British officials tell us we are unable to discuss who we may or may not have spoken to in the course of any ongoing investigation, and have given no hint whether Karpichkov can expect a call from them in the near future.